Hey guys, welcome to this week's live team broadcast. I don't know, what is this, week 3 or 4, Joey? I don't remember.
This week.
It all bleeds into one big long thing for me. So,
Yeah.
Lance is sick, so he put me in charge for tonight. So you get to look at my big Batman shirt for this evening. I know, neon yellow Batman, not very good for stealth, but hey, the shirt's awesome. So I have a different topic in that I thought would be a good thing to chat about today, and that long-term success. How do you take what you're learning now in these 90 days and then extend it out so you can lose your weight, get healthy, and then ideally stay that way long term and don't not worry about putting that weight back on. But before we get into that, tonight my co-hosts are Susan Murphy and yes, Susan Murphy, and the one and only Joey Burdick. So,
Howdy.
so thank you guys for joining me tonight. And Joey, are you all set? We have some weight loss shout-outs. You guys are doing awesome. I just want to say, I love that how this group is going. You guys are posting like crazy. The camaraderie is really good. The questions are good. The daily victories we're seeing, non-scale victories. You guys are rocking. So keep that up. And Joey, why don't you go ahead and go through those shout-outs?
Yeah, there's only a couple of them in here, so I don't know if they just didn't get updated today. But Mark Buski has lost 10.2 pounds since October 13th and 32 pounds since July 13th. Way to go, Mark. You are awesome. And then we have Crystal Downing. She's lost 15 pounds since October 13th. And that's all I'm showing in the weight loss shout-outs. Wonder
That's
if
all there
anybody
is
posted.
from all the way from last week.
Yep.
I thought there was more than that. I looked at it earlier. Maybe I'm just blind. That's a good possibility. Well, you miss all of them from the 5th, 6th, and 7th, man. All right, so there's a few other ones that were posted, not today, but since the last call, so I'll say those also. Anna Jewel Worthington, 6.3 pounds from October 13th. She's down 12 pounds total in 60 days. That's really good. Congratulations. Brian Beam, is down 64.6 pounds since August 5th. Wow, that is amazing. Good job, Brian. Steve Foster, total of 117 pounds since January 15th. That is awesome. Wow, good job, Steve. Susan Murphy on there congratulating people, so good job being supportive, Susan. And those are from, no, not from today. We have Kanika is down 3.8 pounds. And since the end of January, Jackie is down 48 pounds and is now in a size 16. She was a size 22, so congratulations. That is really good. So, on to you guys listening to me talk. Apparently, I've been told I'm chatty, so you guys will just have to deal with me. And I won't mention who said that I was chatty. I just hypothetically might put him on the screen for you guys to see, but
Who would say you're chatty?
right. I am a scientist. We're really good at talking about things people think is boring. So, tonight's goal, or tonight's topic, the long-term weight loss. So after you've done this for a while and you're starting to make some progress, I've had a few people tell me that they're kind of getting stuck, and they're kind of losing momentum. And a few people have said to me, what's the point of doing this anyway? I'm just going to gain the weight back after I go back to eating normal. Well, that's certainly a possibility, and a lot of people do that. That's why there's such a big problem. You see so many people yo-yo dieting. They lose some weight, they gain some weight. They lose some weight, they gain it all back. They lose some more weight, they gain back even more weight. And really, that you get to a point where you'll notice every time you try to lose some weight, it gets harder and harder. And that's because this thing called metabolic adaptation, where your body's trying to survive, and as you're eating fewer and fewer calories, your body adapts your metabolism down to where you can get to the point where you can be eating a very low diet and not being able to lose weight. And that's certainly happened. If you hit a plateau, that's basically what's happening. So like personal experience for me, I started at 230 pounds, and at that point we're like, go to 1,800 calories a day, which is too low for me. But I did that. I lost weight like a freight train, for 2, 3, 4 pounds a week for a good 5 months. But I got to the point where I plateaued at 1,800 calories a day. And you think, a guy 27 years old, he should have a pretty good metabolism. Well, it turns out I had reduced my metabolism to the point where I no longer could lose weight. So I rode that for quite a while, and then I went to do Body Beast because I wanted to put on mass, and it said you should eat 3,000 calories a day, which for a person with a normal metabolism was just fine. But I did Body Beast, so I had gotten down to 166 pounds. I did Body Beast, and in 3 months I put on 19 pounds, most of it not muscle. You totally just ruined my train of thought, Susan. You should be ashamed of yourself. So I got down to I put on 19 pounds, and at that point it's kind of hard. It was hard for me to lose weight, so I actually went up in calories, and I worked it back down. So fast forward, another or till like 5 months ago in July, I started what's called a reverse diet. So at that point, I was still maintaining 1,800 to 2,000 calories per day. I started doing a reverse diet, and that entails slowly adding in calories. So like my maintenance baseline starting point was 2,000 calories a day. Continue to exercise hard. I like weightlifting. It's really good for the metabolism, so I was continuing to do that, and I bumped it to 2,200 calories a day, and I held it. I maintained that level for 2-3 weeks. After that, I hadn't gained any weight. I bumped it again, another 100 or 200 calories. And you keep doing that over time, and eventually, 4 or 5 months down the road, I'm maintaining my weight at 2,800 calories a day. And you might think, yeah, that's great, but a problem people run into is if you're maintaining weight at low calorie level. It's awfully hard to go out and have some fun with your friends and not have, and you worry about, oh my gosh, I'm going to put on a couple pounds from this, and it causes stress, and you feel like you can't go enjoy yourself. And the whole point of this is to be able to live happy, fulfilling lives, right? That's the Beachbody slogan. So taking care of your metabolism, it's a really good thing to do, it just sets you up for long-term success. I mean, so like when you see people, the yo-yo diet, they go low calorie, lose their weight, go right back to their high calorie level, and they put on a lot of weight fast. You do a slow addition, and we're talking at potentially as little as 50 calories per day, and maintain that for a week or two, and it works. I mean, Joey, have you done any reverse dieting?
I'm actually in the process of doing it right now because I was actually in the same boat you were, where I was. I finally got myself up to 1,800 calories. Well, I lost, 40 pounds, but then I'm stuck.
Yeah.
And so I'm now bumped up to 2,300. I'm going to be going up to 2,400, and just slowly just keep on going, just so I can get this weight off of me
Hmm.
and do it the right way. No more
Now,
yo-yo.
have you been maintaining your weight during that process, or I mean, have
Yeah.
you continued to see any compositional changes?
Composition changes, yes. Weight, no. Weight is staying about between 190 195 for the past 4 months. So,
Hey, you know what? That's perfect though. So
yep.
I'm up. So I was at 171. Right now I'm about 175 to 177, but I'm actually leaner. So about the same level of leanness. So I've put on muscle because I'm continuing to weight lift 6 days a week at home, and I'm eating 1,000 calories more a day,
Yeah.
and I'm still just as lean. So I
Yep.
mean, it's and a lot of people like, really, well, do I really have to do that? Well, what's your alternative? Right?
Yeah.
How many people do you know that just do this all the time?
Yep.
So that's slow addition. And then, if I want if we're planning on going out for dinner, it's really easy for me to fit Olive Garden into my day now. Hey, Carissa, you're on the YouTube.
Yep. That's one of the things I've been getting. A lot of people have been asking me a lot recently is the fact that, well, I'm stuck. Nothing's happening. I'm plateauing, and they're not really plateauing. They're still reverse dieting. They just don't realize what they're doing.
Yeah.
Um, And so don't be afraid to add another 100 calories, after 3 weeks. Don't be afraid to do that. Um, but,
Yeah, that's a really good point you bring up, Joey, is that when you're doing a reverse dieting, weight loss is not the goal. And I know that's really hard to hear sometimes because, especially if you're not at your goal weight, or goal fitness level or physique or whatever, you want to make progress. But if you've gotten to the point where you're eating low and you're not losing weight, you need to take the time to repair your metabolism. And it might be, 5, 6, 7 months of getting your metabolism up. But, like if you're like me and dieting at 1,800 kind of stinks for a guy. I was hungry. Think how much easier it is for me now that I'm maintaining weight at 1,000 calories more a day. I'm eating 350 grams of carbs and 73 grams of fat in a day, and I'm maintaining weight. I used to maintain at 135 grams of carbs. So think of how much more potential I have or more room to play with to, if I get stuck, get the ball rolling again. So really it's this is thinking long term. 2 years from now, 5 years from now, are you still going to be where you want to be? Now, doing this, some people may gain a couple pounds doing this. But if you're worried about that, you can just go really slow. Like I'm helping a gal now do a reverse diet, and she's really weary about putting on weight because she's not at her goal. She's not happy yet, and she's really worried about, oh my gosh, am I going to put on weight? You have me eating more. I'm like, we're going to go up 50 calories next week. Hold that for 2 weeks. Then we're going to go up another 50 calories. Myself, I've been bumping 100 to 200 calories every couple of weeks. That's been working good for me. But I mean, you just have to play it by ear. Um, so you might gain a couple pounds, but if you gain, let's say, 5 pounds of body fat doing this, if you're then eating 1,000 calories more or even more per day, it's going to be really easy to get those 5 pounds off, right? So this is, again, long-term thinking. Now, if you're someone like me, I've gone up a lot. I've added weight, but it's more muscle weight because I'm lifting really hard 6 days a week. Um, I'm not quite as lean, but I'm still around 8% body fat, which is very lean. Um, and really as lean as anyone would need to be unless you're doing a physique show or something like that. Um, so, I'm very happy with my reverse diet. I think it's going very well. Um, and then other people, I haven't experienced this, um, but you can lose. Some people are what's called hyper responders. They lose weight. If they're eating really little, like there's a gal I'm another gal I'm working with. Um, when I started working with her, she was eating 1,000 calories a day, still very overweight and stuck, not losing anything. So I talked to her like, all right, we're gonna do a reverse diet, get your maintenance level up, and this has probably been over 6 months, if not more. And now she's eating 16 or 1,700 calories a day, and she's all of a sudden started losing weight, and she's down
Yeah.
about 20 pounds.
Good for
So,
her.
right, and when you're stuck at 1,000 calories, it's just not enough. And to go even lower, you're not going to have energy. It's not going to be fun. So now that she's at 1,700 a day, she has so much more room to, if she gets stuck again, bump down a little bit and get the ball rolling, and then work her calories back up, and she'll keep losing weight. It works really good. And again, this is set for long-term success. So, like, my goal when I'm helping somebody figure out nutrition goals and whatnot is, where do they want to be 5 years from now? Because everyone wants to lose weight fast, and get in shape for summer or whatnot. But I'm thinking, how can I teach this person how to treat themselves and develop healthy behaviors so that 5 years from now they can be at their goal and still be pushing it. So that's what I found has worked really good. It's worked for me. Lance has been doing a reverse diet. He used to be maintaining weight at 1,600 calories a day. He took his metabolism down a lot. Now he's eating 2,900 a day, and he's gained a little weight, but he's trying to gain muscle.
Yep.
So do you guys have any more thoughts on that?
I just want to keep on reminding everybody that, please do what you can to stop thinking about this as a diet. Let's fix the problem, and the problem is that most of us out here have ruined our metabolism. We need to fix it. Not worry so much about, the scale isn't moving, the scale isn't moving. Well, it's okay, it's not moving, but you're losing inches. Your body is changing. So, just continue on and push forward, because eventually you're going to be eating, I was eating, 18, when I started out, I figured I was eating 1,500 calories every single day. Well, that was way too low, and now I'll be up to 2,400. And, so this does work. Just, give it some time and stick with your calorie goal and actually stick with it.
And that's actually what I'm doing right now, and I've actually had conversations with both Joey and Alan over my calories, because I did wreck mine. I was down to about 1,200 to 14 during the summer when I had my surgery on my feet, and slowly I've been working myself back up again here, and yeah, even Joey just mentioned to me yesterday that he thinks I should go up another 100 calories, just trying to get my body used to what I wrecked already. So I'm working on it myself right now.
All right. I had a thought, and it just flew out.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and so that's another thing. if you're dealing with a plateau, especially as you're starting to get more fit, and you hit a plateau, if you're eating low, you may need to eat more to get things moving again. And I had that happen to me at one point. When I was eating 1,800 calories a day, I had lost probably 45, 50 pounds at that point, and it just stopped. And I was still tracking my food. I was still hitting, my nutritional goals every day. So I went from 1,800 to 2,000 calories a day and increased my carbs, and I started losing weight again. And I think that happens a lot to people as they get closer to their goals, because as your body fat gets lower, you need to transition to more of your energy from food. Because if you're eating low, your body is not getting enough energy, and it's realizing its fat stores are getting low. So you need to eat more. And I've seen it work with a lot of people that it freaks you out. Really, it does.
It's a mental game. It's totally mental.
And they're like, oh gosh, I'm eating more, I'm gonna balloon up, but it works.
So did we have any questions earlier today?
I think there was a question or a couple written on the original thread, which was just saying that we're having a call tonight.
Yeah, I'm looking for it.
Pretty sure Joanne asked a question on there.
Joanne Potts asked, I do have a question I've been meaning to ask. We push protein, but in the past, a lot of my fitness groups pushed fiber. Is this not as big an issue, or if we're eating cleanly enough, we don't have to worry about it?
That's a good question. So fiber is good. It helps to regulate your digestive tract. And if you're eating a lot of protein and you're not having a lot of fiber, you may want to reconsider that, because fiber helps you have regular bowel movements, and protein kind of binds you up a little bit. So it is good to get your fiber in. From what I've seen, women, and if you have any specific concerns, see a dietitian or something. This is just general. Women about 25 grams of fiber a day, and I think guys are 35 to 40. But that can.
What happened?
I don't know. YouTube freaked out, but it says we're live.
Okay.
Yeah, so fiber is good. I will also say that there is a point where you'll get to too much protein. Having higher protein is helpful for weight loss. As you eat, when you eat more than what your body needs for amino acid metabolism, it uses the rest or at least a large portion of the rest for energy. And it's an inefficient energy source, so your body has to put energy into it to get energy out. Whereas if you eat a carb source, it just breaks it down and it's immediate energy. So it's helpful for weight loss that way, but you really only need so much. So like if you're working really hard at weightlifting, you're doing that 5 or 6 days a week, I've heard that about 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, this is assuming you're not very overweight, is really all that you need. There's really no reason to go any more. So how I organize my nutrition is I'm going at 1 gram per pound of protein. That's about 175 grams a day. 20-25% fat, and then I use the rest carbs, because carbs are your fuel tank. And you'll notice if you increase your carbs a little bit, you'll get a lot more energy. You'll be able to push your workouts harder, and you'll get a better burn. You know, a lot of people, you know, I see, and you know, this is a lot more for like people doing like ketosis diets or like super low carbs. It's just they're lethargic, they don't have any energy, and you know, if it works for you, I guess it's great, but it's okay if it works for you, it's healthy, and you enjoy doing it, then it's fine. But you know, for me, I'd rather put gas in my car.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And I tell you what, you know, I'm almost to the point where I'm tripling my old carb intake, and you know, I'm pushing the workouts hard. You know, I'm going up in weight all the time, and you know, I feel good. So.
And you look awesome, so you know that's what matters.
Yeah, right.
Okay,
Watch this. Now Greg's gonna accuse you of inflating my ego.
yeah, speaking of Greg, I'd like to call out Mr. Dorkfish, just because he is a dorkfish.
All right. Well, I guess since we've ended on Dorkfish, I guess that's a good place to end.
I think so. And I am not seeing any other questions. Well, Mar just asked about protein sources. Greek
Any
yogurt,
elaboration on that, or just where can you find it?
Yeah, I'm gonna tag that file onto her post. She says, "Call question: besides Greek yogurt and cottage cheese, what are protein options for people with nut allergies?" I mean, there's
Legumes, I believe, are a decent vegetarian protein source.
Yep.
Lean meats are very good. So pork tenderloin, chicken breast. If you're a hunter and you have access to it, venison steak.
And your shipping is all venison, right?
No. I earn that. I hunt it. I butcher it myself. It's in my freezer. You want it? You come visit me. So I'll cook you a steak, but you've got to travel.
Okay. Okay.
Oh man, I just said that on YouTube. Oh man, everyone's gonna call me now. I need to go get more deer. All right, you guys, have a fantastic evening. You're all doing really great. Keep pushing hard, and you know, keep rocking it. You know, the successful people in this,
yeah, keep posting in
are
the group.
not one. Yeah, keep posting. And I'll just leave you with this one tip that I tell people all the time. The really successful people are not the people that never stumble and fail. We all fail. We all make mistakes. The people who are successful long term make their mistakes. They fall on their face. They get up and they keep going. And they learn from it. So if you fall, don't hide. We've all done it. Get back in the group. Post. Own it. Move on. And you'll reach your goal. So
For sure.
have a great day, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.